Alrighty, it's Natalie Sisson. This is day 13 of the 29-day video challenge. Whoop, whoop. And this is a topic that is very dear to my heart. I was having a great chat with my partner Josh the other day. We were down at Oriental Bay by the beach in the evening, and we were talking about what really lights us up and what we love. And I said, I just want to learn all the time. Like, I am in the best possible place when I'm learning and then sharing and teaching that to others. It's something I've always done and I've always loved, and it lights me up. And I was thinking back to even when I had exams at school and university, I used to post all the answers up on the wall. So I'd just behind me, I'd put up sticky notes and I'd post all sorts of facts. Like if it was art history, facts about Alexander the Great and all these dates and everything. And then I would get up and I would literally pace around the room going, and then Alexander the Great rode out into the blah, blah, blah. And it was the way that I could actually teach myself, was to pretend I was teaching somebody invisible in the room, because they do say that you teach what you need to learn most. And this has always been true for me. So I've always found the best way for me to learn is to teach. Even if I have simple understanding of the concept at the time, the easiest way for me to retain that and to really understand the context or the philosophy behind it or the theory or the practical implementations of it is to teach it. Hi, Kayla. And so I think I've just been doing this all throughout my life. When I then went on to do a nutritional exercise prescription certificate from University of Otago while working a full-time job, and while I was working out for a body sculpting competition, the first time in my life, I was just fascinated with what was going on in my body as I trained for that and competed. And so I thought, well, I'm going to take on some extramural study. And I remember coming home each night to my flatmates and going, hey, did you know that we have this many bones in our body? I can't quite remember anymore. I think it's like 108. And did you know that when we do this or we digest this, this is helping us do that? And I'd literally come home and each night teach them a little something that I'd learned just that day, so that I would instantly retain that information. Now, granted, this was like probably about 18 years ago, so need to refresh my memory on it, but it was brilliant at the time. And I kind of ended up being a little bit of a teacher or a mentor to my family, to my friends, anybody who asked me about nutrition, training, injury prevention. As I was learning, I was sharing what I knew. And I'd always say, you know what, I'm not fully certain on this, I'll go back and look it up. Or if they asked me a question that I didn't know, I was like, great, I'll go and find that out for you and I'll come back and share. And this is the difference between being a leading learner and being an expert. I actually think there's not that many experts in this day and age unless they have been around for 5, 10, 15, 20 years and fully immerse themselves in a topic that they now teach. And for those people, I'm like, hats off, man. You have committed your life and it is your passion to be able to understand this deeply and intricately and then teach people in a way that so many people couldn't. But I'm a big fan of learning as you're going and applying as you're going and being just a couple of steps ahead of the person who's behind you, who really wants to know what you know and come up to speed. That is a leading learner. And this concept first came to me from Roger Hamilton from Wealth Dynamics, when he talked about being a leading learner versus an expert. And the reason why I love it is we're all learning something every day, right? Every interaction you have in the street, every person you meet, every video you watch online, every podcast you listen to, they're all teaching you things. And then you often turn around, I hope, and say to your friend, hey, I was just watching this video today on CrossFit, and did you know that if you did this, this, and this, it helps you do that? It doesn't mean you're the expert in it. It doesn't mean you're now going to suddenly become a CrossFit champion, but you're able to pass on what you've learned because you've consumed it. And it's more likely that fact will stick with you than if you hadn't. The other thing is, if you love learning and you're able to teach it in a way that simplifies it and makes it really easy for people to take on, then you start to love the art of teaching and sharing. Not everybody, I think, is a great teacher, but I think you can work on that skill by really understanding the concept that you're learning and then sharing it in a way that is plain speak, that your friends and family can understand, that's maybe not that easy to grasp if you're reading the textbooks or watching the advanced trainings. So it also takes a lot of pressure off you to not turn up and go, oh my gosh, I can't teach this because I'm not an expert, or who am I to sell a course on this, or to write a book on this topic, or write a blog post on this, or create a service for my customers on this, because I've only been doing it for 5 months or 6 months or 12 months. But I'll tell you what, if you've been doing it for that long and you've been getting great results and you've seen success from it, or you really understand it and you love it and you're passionate about it, then why can't you be a leading learner in that instance and share it with other people and help them get up to speed as well, create tons of value for them and help them learn. You don't have to be this expert who's strived at this for 10 years in order to be able to share something useful and valuable with the person next to you, even if you are literally just a step ahead. That is what being a leading learner is about, and that is what I am here to do in this world, to teach you what I know as I learn it, so you can apply it and get up to speed. And if I've got a few more years advanced knowledge in this, then even more awesome for me to be able to teach and share that with you. But I don't feel you should be holding off because you don't think you're expert enough, when you just need to turn up as a leading learner. Be a student first and a teacher second, and it will come back to you in droves, and it will help tons of people who you want to help. That's it for me today.